The desert at night is not simply empty. It is full of silence that carries weight. It holds the kind of stillness that makes even the bravest heart listen twice. In that vast sea of sand, a blind man walked alone, guided by a staff and a quiet confidence that did not come from sight. He had learned long ago to read the world through sound, smell, and touch. He knew the way the sand changed when a hidden hole approached, the way the wind shifted when a creature moved nearby, and the way danger felt like a cold breath against the skin. On this particular night, the darkness seemed thicker than usual. The air felt heavy, as if it carried a secret it did not want to reveal. The man did not stop. He did not panic. He simply continued, one careful step after another, trusting his instincts as if they were eyes. Far away, hidden in the shadows, something watched him. It was not a human watcher, not a creature born of the light. It was a ghoul, a being of stories and nightmares, a figure that grew in the imagination of those who feared the unknown. Her body was large, and her shadow even larger. Her presence was the kind of fear that made people speak softly, as if sound itself could attract her. She approached slowly, not because she feared the man, but because she enjoyed the moment before fear took hold. She believed the blind man would be easy prey. After all, he could not see her. He could not flee from a form he could not perceive. He was alone, and the night belonged to her. Then she spoke, her voice deep and rough, like stones grinding together. "Where are you going, human?" she asked. "Why do you walk in this darkness where even the brave do not dare?" The blind man paused. He did not move backward. He did not step forward. He simply listened to the sound of her voice, trying to understand what kind of danger it represented. "I am walking to find safety," he answered. "I am searching for a place where the night does not threaten me." The ghoul laughed, a short, dry sound with no joy in it. "Safety is for those who have light," she said. "Why do you not fear me?" The man smiled, as if the question was gentle. "I do not fear you because I cannot see your shape," he replied. "And because I have learned that fear is often created by the image we imagine." The ghoul froze, surprised by the calmness in his voice. She had expected screams, panic, a struggle. Instead, she found calm. She had never been met with calm before. People usually reacted with horror, or they tried to fight, or they begged for mercy. But this man did none of those things. "Do you not know what I am?" she asked, her voice now colder. "I know what you are called," he said, "but I do not know what you are inside, and I have learned that names do not always match the truth." She stepped closer, letting her shadow surround him. She tried to scare him by letting her presence dominate the air. "I am a ghoul," she said. "I feed on fear. I bring death. I am the darkness that devours those who wander alone." The man listened, without moving. Then he spoke softly. "I know you are feared, but fear is not always your true power. Sometimes it is the only thing you have left." The ghoul felt something shift inside her, a sensation she did not understand. It was not fear, it was not anger, it was a strange discomfort, as if someone had touched a part of her that she had hidden for years. She had never heard anyone speak to her like this. She had never been treated as anything other than a monster. "Why do you speak to me like that?" she asked. "Why do you not scream?" "Because I cannot see your face," he said, "and because I have learned to listen to what a creature's words reveal. Your voice does not sound like a creature that enjoys pain. It sounds like a creature that has grown tired of itself." The ghoul was quiet. She had never been told the truth about herself. She had only been fed stories that kept her alone, stories that made her dangerous, stories that made her unstoppable. But here was someone who spoke without fear, without judgment, without hatred. The man sat down on the sand as if it were a familiar chair. He invited her to sit as well. She hesitated. Ghouls do not sit with humans. They do not share space with those they are meant to terrify. But something in the man's voice made her comply. She sat at a distance, not too close, not too far. She watched him, and in that watching, she felt the world around her change. He began to speak, not about fear, but about life. He spoke of the times he had lost his way, of the nights he had felt alone, of the hands he had never seen, but that had saved him. He spoke of the people who had seemed cruel, but were kind in hidden ways, and of those who seemed gentle but carried cruelty in their silence. The ghoul listened. She did not interrupt. She did not attack. She simply listened. For the first time, she understood that the world was not only made of prey and hunters, it was also made of stories, and stories could change a creature as much as hunger could. When the man stood up again, he asked her if she would walk with him. The ghoul was surprised by the request. "Why would you want that?" she asked. "Because the night is easier when you are not alone," he replied, "and because I believe there is more to you than the stories people tell." She followed him. She walked beside him, not ahead of him, not behind. She guided him around dangerous holes, protected him from sharp stones, and kept the wind from pushing him off the path. She felt a strange pride in the act, a feeling she had never allowed herself to feel. It was not the pride of power, but the pride of choosing something different. When they reached the place where the man's shelter stood, he thanked her. He did not thank her for saving him, because he did not feel saved in the way others might. He thanked her for choosing to be something other than what she had always been. The ghoul stood there, listening to the door close behind him. She felt something inside her loosen. For the first time, she did not feel the need to be feared. She did not feel the need to be the monster in everyone's story. She felt instead the possibility of being something else. In the following nights, she did not return to the path to hunt. She returned to watch from a distance. She listened to the sounds of travelers, and she found herself hoping they would reach their destination safely. She began to understand that her strength could be used for protection rather than destruction. She began to understand that the world had room for change, even for a creature like her. The man continued his life. He continued to walk through the desert, but he so with a new understanding. He had learned that kindness could be offered without seeing the face of the receiver, and that a single moment of understanding could change a life. The desert, too, changed in its own way. Stories about it shifted from terror to mystery, and some travelers reported feeling a strange safety in the night. They did not know why, they only knew that the darkness felt less cruel. The ghoul became a silent guardian of the path. She never approached people directly. She never revealed herself, but she moved in the shadows, guiding those who were lost, pushing them gently back onto the right road. She did not do this for praise. She did it because it felt right. And so the tale of the blind man and the ghoul became a quiet truth in the desert, that even in the deepest darkness, a heart can still see, and even a monster can find a way to become something else. The desert kept the story, not as a loud legend, but as a gentle whisper carried by the wind, reminding all who walked there that true sight is not about eyes, but about what you choose to see.